Alright, we're back. Hello. Are we working? Where's my tunes? I can't hear anything. What's going on? Why can't I hear? Uh-oh. What's going on? Not that. Huh. Something's going on with my headphones. I can't hear. Let's see if I can hear my phone. going on? You need to reset them. There we go. Okay, now I can hear on there. It's just really quiet. I have my up all the way up. What is going on? This is trolling. Yeah, what is going on? What is going on? Alright, we gotta reset these things. Okay. Okay. We're connected. There we go. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Alright, sweet. Finally. Holy crap. That was ridiculous. Okay, we're back in React here. Working on this site. So far, this is what we have. Nothing too crazy at the moment, but definitely could use some improvement. Yeah. Alright, this is what we currently have so far. So I'm trying to honestly think of what's next. What should we start building next? We have a footer. Okay, I think in small mode it looks good, right? But in large mode, I want these to be a little bit more spacing. Let's go to our footer. We have our page list section here. So I go gap 3 here, what happens? No, that's not what we want. Alright, okay, so that's all of those sections. So then we're going to apply the gap here. Let's say gap 4. Gap 2. What is this border? Let's justify center right. This is in. Okay, so then what's the gap applying to? Obviously all of that, and then the you holding payout hostage yet? What? Big site and name of process transaction. What? What am I trying to do here? So I'm trying to apply the so we'll do it here. In medium views, we'll make the gap 20. I'm gonna make it 40, 30. And then in small, we should have a gap before. Alright, so that does this. Now it's spaced out like that a little bit more. And then when you shrink it in, it comes in like that. Maybe make this like 25. Let's push this to like 6. Maybe 8. Yeah. Then let's go. So here we're going to go. So I say border here. That's that left side. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, and then so what we can do is that when we extend this out, let me go ahead and put, where can I put my camera so you guys can see, but it's not on the right side of my screen. Okay. So then if we go large, what we could do, okay, so that's that justifies center is what was happening. Okay, so that's why we need that here. Justify center. Right. Oh, so that extends out and is weird. So if we go okay. I'm trying to think of what we should do next. I'm really, I don't really build sites, so I'm trying to honestly learn here and figure out what I should do next. So we have a footer section here that has kind of a dynamic listing of additional pages that aren't really going to be listed in our header or nav bar or any like a burger menu or anything like that. This is going to be more like, and then navigation obviously will have all pages here, but like we have just some potential pages I have like outlined here that obviously we need to start building. Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool to interesting. So I don't even know where to go. Do we want to work on I don't even know, guys. Let's think. We obviously need to have like a home page that you click on by clicking on the name. That'll go to like our hero page or whatever, like our home page. And so I guess do we start? I don't really have like the assets to really do this, like in terms of like pictures and stuff. I'm kind of stumped, you guys. Oh, I need my creativity to kick into gear. I don't really have like I need pictures and I need like, how do people do this? This is so crazy to me. Like, I can do math and science, but website design, how do people do this? It's so bizarre. It's like, you really gotta plan stuff out here. Ah! Ah! Maybe we should do... I think I want a little bit more spacing here. Right? So let's find out where this guy is. It's here. Then let's do maybe a line break. How do you do it? Is it line break HTML? Is it like a literal line? What's that? There's a horizontal rule. That's right. Didn't work. Oh no. Horizontal rule stands for with no closing tag. Okay, so let's just do it by some. Can I do this in React? Break. Horizontal rule. Space. Oh, so you have to style it. Okay. Right. And then how do you... I'm really confused why I can't see this. If I like type hello here, that pops up. Maybe the border. What if I just make like a div element? Right. And then, oh, maybe it's because I have to give it, or let's just go with full. Right, that'll give me the horizontal rule. If I say padding in the X direction, let's say of 4. Let's say of like, let's say width of like half, maybe 3/4. I don't know. right? And then I guess maybe in medium we can do width of 1/2. Let's do like 1/4. Does that not work? Oh. There you go. Not bad. Kind of like that. Let's just say width full on the bottom here, right? Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right, bro, gotta chill. Okay, cool. Now, what happens if I do a horizontal rule instead? Oh, that'll just do the same thing. Right, you had to style it. If I didn't give it this border, oh, that goes away. I just had to give it a width. Okay, cool. Nice. That looks pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we need that? Is it in vain here? So I feel like if we do one there, we kind of need one like there. And we kind of need one like there. But I don't want to have like a bunch of breaks. Maybe I should move the follow section up above and then the page section down below. Potentially. Because in widescreen like this, I could put like some stuff here as well. We have divs set up here for content if we want. But it looks pretty good so far. I don't know. I don't use Twitter. We don't use Twitter. I'm not a Twitter guy. Never really been. Ready for the beta? We need like a home page. We don't even have a home page. We don't have nothing yet. We don't have anything linked up here. It's rough right now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we need to I don't know. I don't know. I kind of want to. I've been thinking like we might need to like contract like an actual graphic designer, like to make us a logo, because I can't do it, dude. Like I've tried, and I used to be really good at making logos when I was like a teenager and actually did more graphic design stuff. But man, like when you get older, they you can't teach an old dog new tricks, man. It's rough out here for your boy. We're trying to like do graphics again. It's rough. Bring it back to my old days. Okay, the only thing I don't like is that this Instagram is square, right, and everything else, and then this this TikTok, because it's a black background, absorbs in like that. But I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. We also haven't changed the font at all yet. We have no font stylings. This is just raw font, raw dog in the font here. So, honestly, not that bad though for default font, default Fortnite dance font, right? What's going on, Syed? Hire ChatGPT. It would make some like cringe thing, like some like a martini glass with like or something like that, some cringe. That wouldn't be that bad actually, like a little like martini glass kind of like logo, but it's kind of I try to do something like we thought about changing the name to like something more kind of grunge, like vintage aesthetic, you know, something or other, but we couldn't really figure it out that well. We thought about Bitter Linen. What do you guys think about that name, Bitter Linen? I like Birdie Rose Clothes. It has like a nice roll off the tongue, right? But I'm having difficulty like coming up with creative like branding. It's just not a very like brandable or marketable in a way. Like, I don't know. All of our sales are taking place on Depop. Yeah, drop his portfolio in the Discord. We'll check it out here. If you have a link, we'll check it out live here for some logos. We're needing some help, creative wise. I might need to throw a couple $100 a guy's way and be like, yo, dude, help me out with some creativity and styling. Like, I need like a color palette and like this is my current site I have going. Like, what do you think? Like, I don't know. It's like I need like a consultant or something. This is hard, but like, I mean, little bit by little bit it's coming together. I think for real though, in the big screen here, we need to make the nav bar larger and this text be bigger for sure, I think. And then, but in the small page, I think it's fine. Maybe we could even make it a little bit bigger here. So let's go to our nav bar. Let's first push this bad boy up. Style, footer, style changes. Okay, so let's go open up our nav bar here. And let's see what we can do. So we have our overall nav kind of div here. Our left section, which houses the name here. So can we make this even larger? Like, let's say normally it's going to be 3XL. And then in medium and above, it's going to be text 5XL. Oh. Maybe not. Let's do 4. Maybe let's keep it as 2XL in here. I don't know. We need kind of 3XL, but 4XL is kind of big. How big is 3XL? This is 30 pixels. So let's just go make this 40 pixels. Well, how much is the 4XL? Is it 40 pixels? Probably is. 36 pixels. little bit bigger. This is just the default font. I haven't changed anything with the font. My boy Kevin. You think we should use Poppins or sans serif? Okay, so okay, so then let's do this. The Depop logo is here with a width of 28, and then in medium and above, we're going to go width of 32. There we go. So that gets significantly bigger now, which is nice. I think I want the nav bar to be have a little bit more width in the full size. So in here, height, we'll make it 72 pixels. Maybe a little bit more. Let's go 75. I'd say maybe even slightly more at, let's go 80. Okay. Now we can increase the size of this shop. So I had the about, but I put like the excess page overflow down here, and then we could throw in potentially like, we could throw the Depop in the middle here, and we could put a hamburger menu on the right side, and have the hamburger menu have page links. That could work. Right. We need a video. That could work potentially. Well, it's not really super relevant right now, so maybe let's just chill and we can come back to it. So let's go here to our middle section. Here's our text, XL. Let's make this 2XL, which is 24 pixels, and XL is 20 pixels. So let's make this 22 pixels. Somewhere in between. And then I guess we'll make this a little bit larger at 30. How did that work? 50? Why isn't this increasing? I don't get it. Why isn't the size increasing on small view? Oh, I'm stupid as all get out. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm hiding, this is the wrong element. Right, so here we're gonna do width 32. It's right here. 26. There it is. 24. There we go. Right, it's a different element I'm showing here and hiding. Here we go. Cool. These are item center. Align middle. No, that should be centered. Bros, consistency final boss from 500 subs. This is crazy. Thanks so much, Astro. I'm trying. We're trying our best, you guys. We're trying to make something of ourselves here and at least try. The thing is, we haven't had like a video or a stream like go viral or anything yet, which is kind of funny. Like, I kind of don't have the content for it. It's like I don't really edit my videos to like be super like memey or whatever, or like it's kind of just live streams and stuff. Like I don't really have but you would think that maybe like out of like the 300 plus videos of content I have on my channel so far this year, one of them would have maybe gotten like caught up pretty largely, but nah. Whatever. Hey 91, how's it going? What is your goal? Just to learn several programming languages? I thought you were learning Python. You want to do front end, back end, you're trying to keep your brain sharp since graduating? Yeah, kind of all the above. Like I think I get kind of bored just reading the same book every single night, and so I like to hop around to a couple of different things, but not so much to where I'm kind of losing focus in those areas of core like focus, Python. But like to be able to like build sites, you got to have some kind of, you know, and like with the internet nowadays, you got to kind of have some, you know, nice site knowledge and be, you know. That's just how today's day and age. You got to have some like graphic. It's just like inevitable. It seems like you always run into this. Oh, I have a cool script, but how can I let people use it? Well, I gotta learn some front end. So it's just like here I go. So, but I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna go like into Python, start learning like a bunch. Like I've been pretty reluctant to even like learn JavaScript because I don't want to really get out of that Python mindset. I've really only learned the bare necessities to be able to get some simple hooks and simple, you know, dynamic reactivity or whatever, just looping or whatever, just for loops and stuff. Nothing crazy. Like I have to look a lot of stuff up for the JavaScript just because I don't know. I'm like I said last night, I'm really trying to amplify these core subjects of Python into a more of an expert level rather than that surface level knowledge. And so if I go into a job that needs like a Python ability, I can really step up right away and contribute rather than needing to get up to speed, right? I don't know. At least that's what I would go for. Check Discord? Okay, we'll check. Oh, here's Tim's recommendation for a graphic designer. Cool website. I like how the color gets kind of seamless. Oh, and then it sticks. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's a good idea. Maybe I should pick that. It's clean. How does it look at? Oh, look at you like flexes and a little bit overlap. Ooh, cool. That's some like cool. Yeah. Okay. Brand design, user interface, upload, development, support, design. Logos. I'll mix a lot of great logos here. Makes like layout designs too. Some like, of course, Tim knows that he probably likes the sports logos, website designs. Oh, nice. Photography. Nice. That's cool. I'll have to check them out more. Yeah, we're trying to maybe think about contracting someone to make us a logo because I'm struggling, boys. I'm struggling. Zen says, it's supernatural. I gotta do different stuff. I pick a project for the day and try to work on it. Or even better, write scripts to do your job for you. Nice, 91. Focusing on AI, ML. That's cool, dude. We're hoping to get in that one after we kind of wrap up the open course for MIT 60002 and get into more machine learning stuff. Okay. What do you guys think? let's talk designs. How else should we design this? Like, what do you guys think so far? This is the product page. What else does the product page need? What else do we need for the product page? Let me take the like, what else do we need? So you click on the products, you go there, right? Pretty cool. And then that's how you check them out. Their sales are detected if they have sales applied to them. Right? Sold items are no hover effects and are grayed out with this sold insignia on the component. We have dynamic tape assets to kind of give it some cool effects. Oh, we should probably look into maybe the shadows. We got some links from people to do some better looking shadows. Maybe we should do that. What if you only want filters for men's clothes or women's clothes? That's a good idea, right? You'd have some filters. So maybe at the top here we would want like a drop down potentially. Oh god, it's getting intense. It's getting advanced. Oh my god. Because our data has, so we have condition, brand, and type, right? So we could sort by size, status, obviously price, high, low, all that kind of jazz. Oh god. This is so daunting. Like I'm like I don't even know where to start. Okay, so if we wanted okay, for one we need let's go to the footer. Or sorry, the nav bar. No, not the nav bar. The products page. We have the nav bar, then we have a div container right below it. Okay, then the nav bar, does the nav bar have any padding on the bottom? Padding on the Y direction, so that's internal, but no margin. Here, no. So we have margin top of 25 applied. I don't think that is anything. We might need to do pixels. So we have the nav bar. And then we have this. So why does the nav bar why does that bleed down? Like, why does it have that bleed happen? So you put navbar in this div here, and then we put the whole page in its own container. We don't need the fragments. Right. So if we go, this is our overall page here. This would be that has everything in it. So if we say flex column, why does this navbar component overlay on the top of this guy? I thought that these would just be stacked on top of one another, distinguished, because the navbar I'm confused. So what happens if I just do navbar here? Right, I just add the navbar on. Okay. And then if I just add the product grid right below it. Oh yeah, because I don't have fragments. Right, and then obviously you need a div for the page itself, which will take care of the fragments. So I put those in there. Then if I say class name on this div here, flex column, justify center items center so then if I go to the nav bar, nav div here, and what happens if I force a margin bottom of like 10? Huh. Anyone know why this is happening? Why is this nav bar? Why is this nav bar overlaying on the top of my product grid? Maybe it has something to do with the product grid. Not sure. Right, and then obviously you have the footer that comes below here. But why is this happening? Why would my nav bar be on top of my product grid? So does the nav bar have a Z coordinate? It has a Z50 here. Okay. Now the product grid interesting. So now that comes over the top. Right, so the nav bar, the product grid, and then the footer comes below. Perfect. Well, why is the product grid I don't know. Okay. So now we just need to apply back that margin on the bottom for our nav, right? So margin bottom of 20. Oh. So our product grid is unaffected. Even though I don't have any Z on here. Huh, like I don't have any, no Z on here. So if we say the nav bar is here, it wants us to apply a fixed top 0 . Wow. Okay, so to navbar. So I'm gonna say this is currently my navbar. I don't like doing this, but I'm kind of stumped. You have this in your navbar. The culprit is this. Fixed top 0. This makes your navbar stick to the top of the viewport and to be removed from normal document flow. So your product grid starts rendering at the very top of the page underneath it. So I get rid of fixed top 0. Oh, there we go. It was literally just that. Okay, so then if I add in margin bottom of 20, there we go. So let's add in just 5, right? Okay, there we go. Finally. Here we go. All right, sweet. So next, the footer is obviously has some issues. So let's go to the footer. Now footer, we want to fix this to the bottom. So in this, okay. So let's go to the product page. We want to make the width full and the height, the view what does this mean? 100 dVH. What is dVH? It means dynamic viewport height. It's part of the new viewport relative CSS units introduced in 1% of the viewport height. Large viewport, always the largest. So let me say border here. Oh, so if I put... Okay, so yeah, the border's all around our page here. Now the thing is I don't want... I want the footer asset to be stuck to the bottom. So how to make footer be stuck to bottom then? So the min is the height screen. Okay, got you. Okay, so if we go to the product page and put with min, what was it? Min height screen. Okay, so that makes the screen like such, okay? So then if I want to, now I don't want to extend out this, I need to have, my navbar needs a fixed height, right? I have height of 80 pixels here in this and above. But then in this, oh my God. What's happening? So I remove this, it still happens. Why? All my components. Fixed size or constraints. Flex grow for the main content, but not for the header. Man, I'm so confused. Like, I thought you could just put these components on the page really easily and organize it that way, but right? Not sure if that's the case. Well, you have this component, but you still have to organize it, right? The minimum height is the screen. Then why in is it because we're doing justify center on these? No. That brought those to the center along with that. Would that fix that issue with that growing? Now if we go here, go div. Let's go product. Let's go to our product grid. And let's say flex grow. So that grows to the entire size now of its parent, pushing the footer down to the bottom. So let's make the footer, let's make the footer height a little bit less. So this is only flex grow. Hey Lance, hello Alex. This is personal. This is for me and my lady site. We're trying to build it here. Maybe not. $500. Right. So I'm trying to figure out how I can take my components now and basically build a page without messing up the components. Okay, so that looks good so far. So the min height is the screen here. Okay, I think that that's fine. Now I probably want like a filters section here, right? So that would be a part of the product grid. So these are all the products, right? And then what if we did okay, so what if we then do a div with all of the products in, all of the products inside. What's going on? Right? And then we need to have one here. This is going to be for the filters section, right? Okay. And we want this to be flex column items center. Perfect. And then let's do gap of 10. Something like that. Okay, so now we have our filters here. So we could kind of have a similar makeup like this one, and maybe you just click on the available filters and it'll automatically do it for you, right? So maybe we do something similar. People have said that. Dude, honestly, this is the default font. This is just like, whatever it is, Arial or whatnot. Let me see. I don't know. Where can I see the font that I'm using? I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't done any stylings of the font. I think it just goes to show you that with, now I'm not trying to hype myself up here, but I think it just goes to show you that with good component styling and good ideas can really shine the other more basic stylings of like fonts and things like that is if you have like really like a cool style of like this. I think that this is cool. It kind of helps to have like a more of a plain text almost. Now, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see here. We have filters. So let's go over to this grid that we made before. Where's that? That's in our footer. It's right here. It's this guy here. The page list section. I'm going to copy this into our product grid as the div here. Right. And then what I'm going to do so I have a list of filters, right? That's what I was doing before, page index with a list of navigations. Got you. So we'll go within our function here. Let's add in some more variables. We want this to be const const, what should I do? Should I have it be, so let's say size filters is equal to an array of like strings, right? Just for dummy ones. Then we have an array for Um, obviously price, right? You have high to low, and you got like low to high, increasing, decreasing. Maybe we'll do that. Increasing, decreasing. You've got like const statuses, right? Status filters will be like available, sold, and then maybe like new. Yeah, Zen, we've got that. Here, I'll show you. Ready? I'll show you here. Ready? I'll just do this. Oh! Yeah, it helps a lot. Status filters, filters, available, sold, new. And then what if we do... So we need a couple more, maybe like extra small, small. We got like const clothing type filters. I don't know, should I do it this way of like having in the beginning of my coding journey, I used to get stressed over even the most little error in the code, but now it's like whatever for me. Nice, dude. What would you say your strongest stack or strongest area of development is? Definitely like data stuff, like data like understanding and interpreting scientific data with like Python, probably implementing scientific models in Python, stuff like that is probably my strongest suit. At the moment. So then, I don't know, like, is this the best way to be doing this? Like if we say shirt, short, tops, bottoms, shoes, like, I don't know, pants, shorts, let's do pants, shorts, shirts, shirts, pants, shorts, maybe like tanks, tank tops, for now. So then what if we go, so here's our page list section here. Navigation, we'll do size filters. And let me remove the rest of them. Okay, so that gives me that, right? Now, I wouldn't say navigation, I would say like size, right? Something like so. So maybe I should make the list elements be horizontal. Obviously, like hover effects would be nice, but I'm trying to think of like in like a case I don't really want to do like hover versus non-hover on like different mobile states or whatever. I want to just keep it pretty consistent across each state and have kind of like a universal design that way. So maybe I should do like size with like the sizes listed out here that you can click on, and then just make this filters like a drop down, right? So if we do flex row, for all of these, right? And then so hold on, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna say, how can you have each of the UL elements flex row? Oh, it would just be in the list item, right? The UL text center flex row gap 1. Okay, and then we'll make gap 2 be here. And then what if we do like this? Right, and then we say map to uppercase. Right, and then we want to go items center to line up the text. Take off the underline. Let me see here. And Michael, I'm guessing you're looking for a job right now like me, so I'm curious how much leak code you do, and maybe you could tell me why you study DSA as well. I use ChatGPT as of now. So I'm kind of like in a little bit of a unique situation in the fact that I'm kind of just learning programming and computer science, honestly, for fun at the end of the day. If I was forced to stop learning computer science and programming, like I would be fine in the sense that I have a job already. So I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I work as a professional formulation chemist. So I, was an undergraduate teaching fellow for chemistry, general chemistry. I administered the general chemistry labs as an undergraduate. 2 other undergraduates, was the only undergraduate that was with the grad students doing those labs. And then I got a job right out of college as a formulation chemist for a large biotech at the end of the hiring frenzy, and then everything died at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. And so I've been there ever since, and I manufacture and I'm in manufacturing and formulation and process design and improvement for building biological controls that are used in patient diagnostics. So if you have a patient that's needing a test for various diseases or whatnot, and you have to verify for the FDA or whatnot, or whatever regulatory body that you abide by in your country or whatever, to run a specific, control, a verified control against that test result to verify the result within acceptable, limits. So you can provide patients with accurate and data. So I make these controls, and and then quality control and stuff, establishes ranges over these specific targets that I hit within these large scale biological solutions. And then these solutions are basically kind of like mimic certain levels of concentrations of biological analytes that you would find if you were affected by certain diseases or certain conditions. Or now it's not like I'm doing anything with like contagious stuff. I think the worst thing I would work with would be like potential like blood with maybe like HIV or something. But I think that's even pretty rare. My stuff is more along the lines of like cholesterol ranges or protein ranges, specific enzymatic ranges, specific fine-tuned range of like troponins, or like these more niche human analytes, these like things in your body that you need readings of to understand health on a more fine-tuned level, rather than like think about like how sometimes like a physician would count white blood cells, but this is just counting like different, more homogeneous material within like solution in your body and stuff, like cerebral spinal fluids and stuff like that. Like I manufactured synthetic spinal fluids and things like all that kind of jazz. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, so anyways, besides that, what I'm trying to get at is that I don't really have like a super desire or whatever to upend shop right now and like go work for a tech company. Now I think that would be really, really cool. I definitely want to try to get that experience if I was given the option to, but it's not like I'm like actively applying at the moment. I think like with the market being stacked against not only myself but even current computer science graduates, right? I think my time would be best served just being studying, grinding, perfecting my skills, improving on my skills, building a community on the side here, and then also gaining money, investing in my actual 9-to-5 job into the market, because I'm a huge proponent in that of investing into the market right now, while things are a little bit rocky and potentially could have some high volatility for the long term, because I don't know. I think that people that maybe go back to grad school might be in a little bit of a hard time if they can't find work afterwards to quickly make up that gap in time that they lost on market compound. Because if you really think about it, you're missing out on prime years of compound interest that you could be getting, or compound gains, compound growth that you could be getting if you decide to bypass like your 23 to 26 to 28-year-old years to go back to school instead of like getting into the field and start earning money and start investing heavily. Now, if you're able to get a job after you go back to school that offsets that time, right, and makes up the difference, then that's awesome. That's the goal. But if you don't, it's just like a double whammy. Like you just shoot yourself twice in both, one in each foot. Like it's pretty brutal. And so that's honestly why I've been most on the weariest to go back to school, because I just really don't want to miss out on the potential gains I could get in the market right now, just by investing $1,000, $1,500 a month, at this rate. And then with the current, some of my picks I have right now and some of my investments in some companies I've been looking at, I've been able to grow my portfolio quite heavily this past year, and looking to keep compounding that into the future. I've got some stock plays in my Discord that I've shouted out for fun. Yeah. No, it's not 3M. I haven't never said it live on my stream. Just I don't know. I don't want to like. I don't want to make people like feel. There's a lot of people struggling to find work, so I don't want to go too into it. But if you want to know who I work for, you can go on my LinkedIn. It's on there and stuff. It's very easy to find. But I just like to kind of keep it, I don't know, and for like a little bit of privacy, I guess. I don't know. Hold on, my headphones died. You probably understand. Just have a little bit of privacy. But it's definitely, you can definitely find out pretty easily. Okay, so really quickly, hold on, we gotta just sorry about the sound. We just need to keep moving here. Um, or my headphones died. We'll play in just a second. I'll probably code for about another 10 or so, 15 minutes, and then we'll probably call it for tonight. But we have filter list section here. And then we have the div here. I'm going to make another div container that says filters here. And then what we're going to do is is there like a down arrow? There's a caret, there's left, right, but there isn't a down arrow key. Um, Maybe we can find like an icon to do. So filters, all right. Now what we'll do is we have size here. Then let's do flex. Size. Okay, so this is not going to be size. This is going to be price. Um, Price filters. Increasing, decreasing. Now I'm not going to do to uppercase on this one. Price decrease, or say or ascending, descending maybe. We'll say increasing price. Or maybe we'll say high to low. Low to high. Something like that. No, that looks trash. Increasing or comma quote decreasing. Right. Now I want these to be stacked. So filters here has flex column. Oh, okay. So here, flex column, gap 2, 1, no gap, no gap, right. I guess we will say price size. Now I think it would look pretty good if it all started at the same kind of line, right? Another question I got is how can I grow my audience on YouTube and Twitch in such a way that more people tune into my live? Because right now I'm getting 2 viewers max. Any tips? Yeah, yo, for sure. So in full honesty and transparency, when I first started, I was just reading by myself alone. I started with a blank YouTube channel, no background, no previous, no audience on any other platforms, no social medias. I know I got a Facebook that I've had since I was like 12, but like that's it. Um, so I I started, and so that's just can show you that it is possible to get some kind of traction, at least, right? I didn't think I was going to get anything, but I honestly just thought about it as just okay, even if I am not getting any additional traction on like the videos and whatnot. If I'm not getting any additional traction on the videos, at least at the end of the day, I have an additional resource to go back and reference my learning on, right? I'm chopping up videos and editing them, and so I'm listening back to the lectures in certain points, and I'm absorbing it again, and just by getting that second pass or third pass, it's really helped to keep this kind of project going. um, and so at the end of the day, the main purpose of it was that, okay, this is not about viewers, this is not about subs, this is not about anything, this is about coding and learning. And then whatever else happens just happens. So maybe try to have that mindset, and that might help you like avoid kind of expectations. But also, I don't really think I'm the most entertaining guy, but I do think that I have a pretty kind of fun-ish personality. Like I can kind of make people laugh, and kind of, I really don't take myself too seriously. I'm very transparent. I don't have any like, um, I don't get embarrassed like really that easy. Like, yeah, I get embarrassed about some stuff, and I'll get like my legs, my tail between my legs sometimes, but like at the end of the day, like I really don't care like if I look dumb on here because I'm learning. Like that's the whole point. I have an excuse. Like, oh yeah, I didn't get the problem right. Well, I'm learning. I didn't get that. I had to look that up. Yeah, it's because I'm learning. If someone comes in here, yeah, I got a few haters, that come in here and say this is stupid or I'm wasting my time. But at the end of the day, I just tell them I'm learning. Like I'm just learning. Like no one can really like there's no um or like combat no one can like combat you about learning. Like it's just like, oh, okay, like he's just learning something like new, okay, like that's no one has like that's like the ultimate excuse in my opinion. So but you do have to have like a little bit like I'm like been able to be pretty personable, been able to relate to people, talk to people. At the Discord I had another avenue for getting people to kind of come into another community area and kind of build that up as well. So kind of pairing the two together, um, you know, it is a little bit about like business and marketing. Marketing yourself, selling yourself. I do think though it does help. Now this is a big transparency and honesty and like and to be honest is like I really think it helps that I do have a degree in something. Now, if I was in computer science, it'd probably be even better. I'd probably have like even more views and more knowledge about the perspectives and stuff and be better programmer, but I just don't. Like I'm behind. But I do have a degree and I am a professional chemist. So like there is like that little bit that ethos, right? You got to think like the ethos, pathos, logos, like to marketing and marketability and stuff like that. Like um I do have that ability to kind of have some repertoire kind of immediately off the bat, even I have no audience, past audience, because I have a degree in an established science and I have a job with a very reputable and known company and stuff. So like think about like people that come on YouTube that like post like one or two videos about like, oh, I got a job at Google and then they immediately blow up. It's because Google is in that search engine, like it's the algorithm, like it really like those names, those recognized names and those brands, like they they really provide you a lot of merit and that ethos to bring in like audience and viewers and stuff. And that's just on like a smaller scale for a biology degree and whatnot. So Like if you like think about there's a guy on YouTube, his name's James Peralta. He does quite a few streams as well, just doing kind of tech interview stuff. But he is employed, I think, at Meta in the Bay Area, and he's been able to grow his channel quite fast because in his titles and stuff like that, he's been able to like capture. I've been watching him. It's been able like watching his titles and stuff and seeing how he's been able to do it is because he's been able to kind of like capture, use these kind of hot words to kind of and these like merit to kind of bring in people uh, and whatnot. He's had a couple of videos like go viral because of like these hot words and whatever. Google, Meta, all these like, super, you know, like I said, whatever. Nice, Alex. I'll see you later. Thanks for coming in, dude. Yeah, it keeps you more accountable for sure as well. Like I definitely feel guilty when I don't come on stream because I missed, I didn't get to stream for you guys. Okay, so we're working on this filters section right now, which I don't really know. Do I like this? Do I like this? Maybe I should do it like I had before. No, it's just gonna be too big. There's just too many filters. There's potentially like way more sizes and stuff. It would just get really long. So maybe we'll do like increasing like this. Maybe not. Increasing, decreasing. We have status filters, right? So we'd copy over this guy here. So I'd probably want to like convert this to a component. Right? This would be like what? Dot title case. To local uppercase. No. Is there to title case in JavaScript? Is there not a built-in? That sucked. I guess we'll just go upper. No, I'm not gonna do that. Available. Sold. No. Hey, what's going on, Fern? Thanks for coming in, dude. Could make image click and pop a small modal that has the rest of the details. Okay, got you. All the rest of the details, yeah. Because when I click on the image right now, it takes you to the Depop page to actually go and check out the item and buy it. Huh. It looks pretty good. They've got like, I like their site. It's pretty clean. I don't know. Is mine dumb? I feel like mine's dumb. I don't know. Um, I'm having some. I'm doubting myself. I don't know how to. This filter stuff is kind of. Because this filter brings up like a whole. Oh, it's buttons. And then here, filters is just it's just a drop down menu, like a hamburger menu. Hmm. Okay, maybe what I'll do is yeah, UI is a rabbit hole for sure. Maybe what I'll do is I like the buttons idea and having drop downs. Now, obviously, they would have to absolute and be over top of the section below. So we have to figure that out. So maybe what we could do is do, okay, let's do like, let's pull out the old whiteboard. So if we have like, obviously our headers up here at the top, right? And we have a product card here, right? We have another one here. Okay, right? We could do like buttons, kind of mimic the Depop style a little bit. I don't really like stealing other people's designs, but I mean, we can sneak a little inspiration. Maybe do like a button for like type or something. Maybe like buttons like this, like right? Where you would have like the drop down menu, right? That would come over the top for the various information. Like it would come tie in like this. Something like that you would select, right? So it does have some spacing. Wow. Color condition. Cool. Man, there's like a lot of like little features to a site that you kind of like look over, ugh, like it really is like a lot of work. That's the most common way to do it. Yeah, we'll probably do it like this. And then obviously we'd have to think about a way to do it like on the smaller view here. Um, yeah. I'm just doing it all myself. I'm not using any pre-built components. I built like I just literally through like two coding sessions, we built out these product cards, um, and whatnot, and really like it's all original and stuff. So like it's pretty cool. Like I'm pretty proud of the fact that we've been able to make a somewhat of a oh, what happened here? Flex grow on the grid. There we go. So I mean, we have like at least like a um, skeletal of somewhat of a site here. You know, it's not like complete poopy garbo. Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, I'm gonna call it here for today. We'll go ahead and continue and pick up where we left off tomorrow on probably either MIT or some more reading or whatever. But I'm done for tonight. So thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Honestly, this doesn't look that bad. If maybe the filters was like off to the left here, right? And then it was a drop down that you could, you know, I kind of like. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's I don't know. Definitely don't think it's that bad. I mean, I like the footer. Maybe a little bit wider in this view and a little bit more compressed. Hmm. Yo, how's it going? Dante, how's it going? 1001. Thank you so much for being here and joining me. All right, you guys, I'm going to, I think, call it for today. So let's go ahead and say git add um, continue on continue product page products page layout slash styling. Nice. All right. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here and hanging out with me for tonight. If you guys really enjoyed, I appreciate if you could just leave a like. It's completely free. We're also one sub away from 3350. So if any of you guys are not subscribed and would like to be the lucky 3350, please be my guest. guest. I appreciate you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. I'm just trying my best to build something from nothing. It's honestly a lot more difficult than I thought in terms of not the actual like coding part of it. That's not that bad, but just the design aspect of it is pretty brutal. Like it is solely up to you. Every little decision, every little pixel, every color, everything, every and so if the more and more things you want to add, the more and more you have to really think about where things are going to go, how are they going to flow. For a simple page with one or two little HTML elements, and right for like my chroma plot or my spectro sim, it wasn't that bad, right? Because it was fairly simple. Like we just had a couple of things and this, right? And then obviously takes forever to load because render.com sucks. But right? It wasn't that hard ultimately. It was pretty simple, but and like with Chromaplot, even more so, right? This was our first one we did. So, but now we're having to add in like filter sections, a lot more stuff, and a lot more, so it's just like, dang. Doing responsive design by yourself is a whole subject by itself. Yeah, dude. Respect to those front end dev teams out there. This is not for the weak. Let me tell you. You gotta have a gut, man. Come on, load, please. Render.com is so bad, dude. One of these streams we have to refactor off of render.com. We've got to find a new host. It's so bad in the free tier. Maybe if you have like just a statics page, right? But like if you have any backend, it sucks. That first reboot is so bad. There we go. Finally, see, it's really like not that bad. Like it was really easy to kind of put this together. We're using Vercel to as the front end host. So we probably need to convert that over to our back end hoster as well, right? I didn't really know that Vercel could have done the back end as well when I did it a couple of months ago. I think we launched this back in like May or June. Yeah, and then honestly over the summer we kind of haven't been doing too much. We need to ramp it up because I've been coding more at work, you guys. I like I said, is I kind of pitched my company to tell them I can program now, and I pitched them an idea for a matrix automation tool, and they gave me permission to actually build it, and I built it, and I'm building an MVP, a minimum viable product right now, or like kind of a proof of concept. Me and this other guy we reached out to. We wrote the kind of algorithm for it for computing our matrices automatically, and giving us the most optimized solution using a linear programming model in Pulp. And so we were able to do that and get it. So now, right now, I'm having to build out a UI and make it so people can interact with it and load in the information and run the program. So, so I can actually kind of get a demo going. Hey, thank you for 3350. Yeah, it's the cold start, Zen, exactly. The render.com has a brutal cold start on the server spin up for your first run. So it's pretty bad, but once it runs, it's fine after that, right? Pretty quick. Pretty quick responses. It's a pretty fast site other than that first response, right? All right, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me and hanging out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for another coding session where we learn and teach ourselves computer science and programming, and mainly in Python, React, Tailwind, CSS, HTML, but mainly Python. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out. We'll continue on with MIT OpenCourseWare probably next time, or Introduction to Algorithms, and do some of those in-text problems. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Have a good day. See you guys.